Howdy everyone, and welcome back to Royville in 4Color. My name is Stefan, and it looks like it's a Marvel day. Mostly Avengers characters, but some others. Alright, so the first one I have for you is... Everyone, take a deep breath. Let it out. Alright. Wolverine number 49. Book 57 of the Sabretooth War. Book 9. It seems like 57. Book 9 of the Sabretooth War. In this one, Sabretooth goes to therapy. Well, they make him do therapy. I don't know. Cypher, a new mutant, I guess, is not really Cypher, but he's a therapist now, and they're basically showing Sabretooth his real problem is that he feels guilty for killing everyone. Really? Seriously, have you not hit the mark on this at all? Like, really? Anyway, so Sabretooth definitely tells him that that is not the case. Wolverine, in his new battle armor, fights Bad Seed. Yep, that's Creed's son's... that is Creed's son's name, Bad Seed. Yeah, I can't even say it, it's so bad. Anyway, and then some other people do some talking. However, Colossus, loving you sporting the Riker beard. All right, didn't know you were such a Star Trek fan. Thumbs up on that. This one was written by Victor LaValle and Benjamin Percy. Benjamin, come on, man. Yeah. And the art was by Jeff Shaw. Hoping somebody's liking this, but at the very least, if nobody is, it's over next issue. All right, the next one I have is Captain America, number 9. And this one is up or down for me. It's written by J. Michael Straczynski, who is one of the greats in the industry, in my opinion. He's written so much stuff that I really liked. And the art's by Jesus Saiz, I think. S-A-I-Z. This one sees Captain America working with the angel lady from the cabaret bar, who's fighting her brother Death. If he wins and he kills all of the change agents, something really bad's going to happen, like Apocalypse. So Captain America has been tasked to travel the world and basically get all these change agents back to the cabaret. So he goes down to Chile, finds a mutant, has a big conversation with this mutant about how it's kind of reflecting modern times and how mutants are kind of looked down on, and well, not kind of looked down on in the Marvel universe, they're looked down upon, and kind of reflections to what goes on today with people, disadvantaged people, or people that are not the majority. So yeah, I don't know if, like, the first part of this series, I didn't know if it wanted to be a Doctor Strange story and he just got Captain America, and now I don't know if he wants to do an X-Men story, but he just pulled Captain America out of a hat. So there's some good fighting in it. You definitely kind of see Captain America, Steve Rogers' view of things with the mutants of the Marvel universe. I kind of don't know if I like this as a Captain America story, though. I feel like It is interesting though, because Captain America is always kind of in his box, in his like global war on like terror, the terrorist supervillains like Baron Zemo and Red Skull and stuff. And maybe I'm just not used to him in a story like this. The thing is, it's not bad. I just don't know what to think about it. So if you have any ideas, if you're loving this series or hating this series, let me know down in the comments. I'd really like to know what you think. That being said, there is this kind of running joke thread about a penguin in Chile that kind of fell flat for me. But yeah, so I'm liking it. Maybe I just don't know if I'm liking it. All right. So the next one I have for you, not an Avenger. Well, maybe he was an Avenger at one point for a very brief time. But anyway, it is Ghost Rider Final Vengeance #3. And we have the new Ghost Rider in Chicago. And, and Johnny Blaze coming up after it. So this one sees the Hood, Parker Robbins, I think his name is, Parker Robbins, trying to continue his war to take over the underworld in Chicago, and it's pretty easy for him since he has the Rider inhabiting him, and the Rider can just basically destroy everything it comes across. Okay. Not really excited about that. I'm more excited about Johnny Blaze because Johnny Blaze realizes that the Rider is still in him. Not so much the Rider, but kind of the residue. Like, they went out for drinks and then, stuff happened and he forgot what happened that night. And then he wakes up and there's a little bit of the Rider in him still. That being said, I am super on board with that. I mean, look at this. When there is somebody in need, yeah, Johnny Blaze takes care of business. And it makes me think that he's going to get the Rider back. And that's pretty cool. That's the part of the story I am excited about. I cannot wait until there's that kind of final confrontation between the Hood, which was his villain name, and Johnny Blaze. Now, that being said, they're trying to make you kind of like the Hood. He's doing all this to make a better life for his not wife and kid, but she's not buying it, and he's kind of just a bad person in general. So yeah, other than that, come on, Johnny. I'm in it to win it with you. Let's get the Rider back. All right. That is written by Benjamin Percy. Like, seriously, I think somebody else is writing most of Wolverine right now. Because Benjamin Percy, I'm kind of liking what you're weaving. Didn't like that you picked the Hood initially, but now I think I kind of know what's happening. Johnny's going to have to take on basically a powerful crime lord in Chicago to get the Rider back. And I think that is a pretty fun story. All right. Written by Benjamin Percy and the art's by Danny Kim. I'm on board for it now. Let's keep it going. All right. Next one I have is the Immortal Thor. All right. Look at that. Immortal Thor #10 fighting the Executioner in the background, Enchantress, and Bullhead guy. I guess he never really struck my fancy because I never really figured out the guy's name. All right, so Bullhead guy. This one's written by Al Ewing, and the art is by Carlos Magno. And Thor fights Thor in an epic battle that has not been seen since Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. Yeah, It's a pretty fun fight. I mean, there is some stuff that kind of cool things that happen in it, but basically they put out like a fake Thor comic by Roxxon and the corporation that Minotaur head guy um, uh, is the CEO of, and Thor finds this out, and now he's fighting him to basically take his name back. So yeah, so fake Thor wants to be the Thor of Midgard, or is the Thor of Midgard, and you can't defeat me because I'm you more powerful than you, but really you're the Thunder God. But anyway, so we find out that this is really all a plot by the Enchantress, and Bullhead Guy is just kind of a lapdog for her. Not that he knew that originally, but yeah. And I guess the magic of the comic book was affecting Thor, our Thor, not their Thor. So yeah, he decided that he would use the magic. So through the book, real Thor is making all these cliches or whatever, like "Where's the beef?" because I'm Thor, and I don't know. That kind of fell flat for me, but I did like this one. I liked that the fake Roxxon Thor was fought and hopefully taken down because I wasn't really digging that. And at the very end of it, something pretty big happens to Bullhead Guy and Thor. Not going to spoil that for you, but there might be some things going on in Thor's life. Maybe a little bit of arrest action. We'll see. However, what about the old, like this whole series, the whole Immortal Thor series started with the ancient gods, like the first gods, Tyrannos, the first Thunderer, attacking Earth, and it was all a plot by Thor's mother, Gaia, and what the heck? Where did all that go? I was so digging that storyline. It was a titanic battle. It was a thing of myth and legend. Did we forget about that, Al? Can we go back to that story? Because I was so on board for that, and I don't really know where you're going with all this. It's like you forgot that you were doing an epic story. Let's go back to the epic story, please. All right, that's the Immortal Thor. Second to last one I have for you is Wolverine Madripoor Nights #4. And originally I was super excited because I thought this was like some Asian Hulk. It's not. It's just a guy in a green costume. No, it's not a guy in a green costume. So this is a follow-up to an old Uncanny X-Men, and written by Chris Claremont. This one is written by Chris Claremont, and the art is by Edgar Salazar. And I'm enjoying it. It's a fun read. It's not gonna win any history or mega storyline awards. It's just a fun one-off read. Basically, Captain America and Wolverine now have to go kind of rescue Black Widow because she was captured by the Hand in the last one, because they want to make her their ultimate assassin. And it's just a fun kind of them fighting the Hand story, trying to rescue Natasha Romanoff from them. She doesn't want to be their assassin, but then Green, not Hulk guy is like cutting her, and he's magical, so the more he cuts her, the more she wants to be a assassin for the Hand. I don't know, that was a little confusing to me, but the end of it is really weird. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one, Chris, because they're all evil now. So yeah, this is just a fun story, a good one-off story. There's not a lot of intellectual might on this one. This is just a fun, let's read some comics, let's read an adventure story comic. And if you like that kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend picking up Wolverine Madripoor Nights. All right, so the last one I have for you, let's take Natasha and get her in with somebody else. We have Black Widow and Hawkeye number 3. And we can see here that Black Widow is in her symbiote costume. So I really like their modern idea. And then down here, their older costumes. This one is written by Stephanie Phillips, and the art is by Paolo Villanelli. And I'm really liking this series. In this one, after he was healed from Natasha using just a little bit of the symbiote to get in him to heal his body, once again, it's kind of giving me some weird vibes. But anyway, so yeah, so now the symbiote's kind of speaking to him and telling him that he's weak and he doesn't fit in. He's not a hero. The only reason that you're even around is because Natasha keeps helping you out all the time. Okay, yeah, all right. Have we already gone through this before? But anyway, I am still really liking this issue. There's part of it where it's kind of the first time they meet Damon Dran. And I don't know if it's like saying it's the first time that Hawkeye and Black Widow meet up, but it's, I think, the first time they really deal with Damon Dran, and they use their old costumes in it. It's just a really cool throwback to some earlier times with these characters, and I really enjoyed it. Don't know about the heavy-handedness with the symbiote and Hawkeye, but I'm still really enjoying this. The hand is going after, I think it's the hand. I think he's using the hand. If not, there's another group of ninjas that are on the take. Anyway, so Damon Dran is now after the Black Widow, and she's using Hawkeye to get to her. So enjoying this series. Once again, kind of like Madripoor Nights, this isn't one for the ages. It's just a really fun story, and it's just, if you like Hawkeye, you like Black Widow, this is a really great pairing story for them. And I do, so I do. I am definitely on board. So I know we didn't have a lot of bangers, but we did have some good stories. And that's what this is all about. If you liked any of these issues more than I did, if you didn't like any of these issues more than I did, please let me know in the comments. And that's it for today. So remember what your mom always said. If you gotta be a dick, be a Grayson. Oh, and keep reading. Thanks, everyone.